No Ego represent on Extreme Swift TV, Career to Brain.
Yo, it's Career, the one and only. Can't nobody clone me, respect my disrespect. Over to the Charles H. Wright Museum. Today we're going to see the Detroit versus Everybody exhibit. Follow me.
Y'all want to see us going in? Oh, you doing your thug, right? And we just trying to put
Don't forget.
some love on our people in
Okay.
a beautiful way.
I was told there was a Detroit versus Everybody exhibit here today. You know, the area of the So it's like a call and retreat thing. You hear me kind of echo. The further you get into the middle, the more the reverb picks up in the museum. Like you see how I'm talking, you can hear it as I'm walking away. You hear the echo. Yeah. So it picks up like a reverb, this whole dome. I always thought that was crazy. And like that was the first like lesson I learned on sound. So, like sound acoustics and stuff like that too. I was just explaining to him.
Voice has a resonance over the whole village where he stands.
Right.
They built it like that for the whole village.
I'm here with Career to Brain. Yo, it's Career, the one and only. Can't nobody clone me, respect my disrespect. We live here at the Detroit versus Everybody exhibit. I'm gonna take you guys in, explain some of the pieces. I just found out that they auctioned off some of these pieces, and one of the pieces went for $900. So we're gonna walk in here. I'm gonna give you some retrospect about the pieces and what they are, and the culture behind Detroit versus Everybody. Let's check it out. Let's go. All right. So this first exhibit we got right here, they did a little Faygo run. And with the Faygo run, they tried to get the hats to be each colors of the Faygos that they represented. The predominant Faygos that sell here are the red pop Faygo, the orange pop Faygo, and the grape pop Faygo. Those are available worldwide. Some of the other flavors are limited edition to our city, like the Faygo Arctic Blast. The cola, you can find it in some states, but the orange, the red, and the grape pop is usually always available. They popularized the cream soda later on down the line when rappers started making it popular. We ain't gonna talk about why they made it popular, but we all know what they was putting inside the cream soda. I guess this was a limited edition mat they did for Detroit versus Everybody, which is something new to me. I never even seen them do any mats or anything. That was pretty cool.
So
this whole
that's a one-on-one?
Yeah, it's one-on-one. All of the mats in here that they did one-on-one. This piece right here, I was told it sold for $900, so I think that's pretty cool because they didn't do any redrops of these. So whoever bought this has a one-on-one of everything. That's each of the hats they came out with, 6 hats. They actually had Detroit versus Everybody shirts with these same colors on there with the Faygo logos on there. Second thing I want to show you guys is something that's kind of funny to me and dope at the same time. Mel Farr, I know him for selling cars. So he did a Mel Farr drop. I didn't know he played football.
Oh, I didn't either.
I never knew he played football.
Right.
So
For the Lions?
yeah. Then his motto was Mel Farr the superstar, come buy you a new car. Like I don't know if y'all remember that commercial from back in the day, but that was one of the dopest commercials. This is Coleman Young's actual logo. I remember this being on a lot of stuff. When he was running for mayor, when he was being elected for mayor, even I don't know what you call those signs you put in your yard, but this was the logo that was on the signs along with his name and electoral mayor Coleman Young. Coleman Young is one of our longest standing mayors. He's the first African American mayor to be in the Manugian Mansion. He's also one of the people that brought a lot of jobs to this town, saved a lot of jobs to this town, also helped influence the culture of Detroit history. He was the only one that would go against the media when they said something bad about Detroit. He would argue with them, and he wouldn't be politically correct or grammarly correct. He would say however he was feeling. It was like talking to your granddad basically. But Coleman Young was one of the realest mayors that we ever had. He was one of the mayors that did a lot for the city besides Kwame. He was also an influential figure to the youth as well as the older generation. And I believe he was mayor from the 70s all the way up to, I want to say 1990. I'm gonna do some more research on that to give y'all the official timestamps on it and talk more about that and elaborate more about that. The second one we had was a Little Caesars delivery one. So I'm guessing he did this exclusively for Little Caesars, and it was a Little Caesars versus everybody piece, which is dope to me too. One that I keep looking at and I keep finding to be dope is Motown.
Oh, that's a classic.
This Motown one is I've never even seen this, or I would have copped this piece right here. That's Hitsville, of course, right here on the boulevard where I'm from. The Hitsville on this Champion hoodie is pretty dope. He also got the sweats, which is unique to this. He did a whole fit for this, which is pretty dope to me as well. I have no idea what Carl's is, so we're gonna keep it moving on Carl's. Sorry, Carl. Pretty sure it's some influential restaurant that I know nothing about. But sorry, Carl's, I don't have any information for you or any backstory on you. And I have no idea what this logo is either, but it's a pretty dope concept. It looks like the Chrysler logo, or one of the Chrysler logos. I know
Imperial.
Oh, that's what it is? It's
Yeah,
Imperial?
that's Imperial.
I guess this was some kind of exclusive club. So, this is my first time seeing that one, too. I've never been to Chinatown in Detroit. You guys, man, I would love to see. Big fan of karate movies. I'm not sure what this piece is supposed to be either. That's something new as well. This is another one that I didn't see or haven't heard of. I'll come back to that one. Then we got the old Tiger Stadium layout right here. This is dope, because this was the uniforms that... Okay, so we got a little update. Coleman Young served from 1974 up until 1994 as mayor here. For sure. And that's one of the relics of the city. He's somebody that's very important to the city. Once I do a clothing line or get a launch, that's a person I'm gonna focus on. Like Coleman Young was one of the mayors that did a lot for the city, especially if you worked in transit or if you worked in anything concerning the industrial industry as far as mass producing cars. He was very vital to those movements. Next thing, Caesars. I'm gonna explain now. Oh, hold on, let me get back to this one. I forgot to talk about this a little more. So this was the old layout of Tiger Stadium. As you can see, where the dugout is, where the field is, everything. I like how they outlined this and also gave you what these things were. They tore down the old Tiger Stadium a while ago, rebuilt a new one. The Briggs Stadium Tiger logo was for people that worked at the stadium. So this is people that worked at the stadium. And this rug is dope too, because it's the actual outline of the Tiger Stadium. And I find that to be dope too.
That's what's up.
Caesarland. Yeah. Back in the day, you got Chuck E. Cheese and you had Caesarland. Caesarland was a version of Chuck E. Cheese, and what you can do is you can go there and instead of paying those high prices for the pizza, you get like what's a $5 hot and ready now.
Right.
That's where the $5 hot and ready started at Caesarland. So Caesarland was our version of Chuck E. Cheese, and it was only limited to Detroit. Never seen Caesarland anywhere outside the state. It used to be on the east side, and they had better rides than Chuck E. Cheese. They did the same thing with the tokens. They did the same thing with the tickets, but it was a lot cheaper. And it was for people that were like underprivileged, that wanted to throw birthday parties, that had limits of amounts of money. And you can use EBT in there. This is the first restaurant that took EBT as well. Before versus everybody thing, he had I remember him doing, there was a Camaro versus everybody. And I remember Tommy got commissioned for that, and I seen the commercial for it while I was out of town. So that really made me like get hype about the brand. And for him to get a product and do it with Ford, in collaboration with Ford, that's something big because a lot of the big three here do not allow you to put their branding on anything.
Right, that's right.
The last one is this Cadillac one. Now, this is kind of a love-hate relationship with me with Cadillac. My grandfather and a bunch of older people that I know always prided themselves in having Cadillacs. And Cadillac came up with I'm trying to say this the politically correct way. I'm gonna just call it like a racist montage with Cadillac. So what they did was they said, let's make Cadillacs affordable for black people and hold them as a prestige car. So they lowered the price on Cadillacs so black people could afford them. And once black people started buying them, they reiterated the price and went back to the original price tag of the Cadillacs in order for everybody else to buy them because they used black people as advertisement for the Cadillacs. So this one, I probably wouldn't support it, but this is also the logo from the Cadillac building that was on right here on Telegraph and Grand River. And that's one of the places in the city where you had to go to get your Cadillac fixed, especially if you had a North Star. If anybody know anything about North Stars, those are 3-part engines. You can't just go anywhere and have anybody work on a North Star Cadillac. And that concludes this exhibit. In a few minutes, Tommy should be here. So when Tommy get here, I'll have him elaborate more on the pieces. Try to get a short interview with Tommy and let him tell y'all what Detroit versus everybody mean to him. Sorry about my voice too. Other than that, it's career one and only. Can't nobody clone me. Respect my disrespect. I'm here at the Detroit versus everybody exhibit. I just walked into my man's with JG. I just walked into JG and noticed that he had the 218s on with the fit. This is the first time I've seen that hoodie too, Mitchell, and that's crazy.
You seen the hand as well?
Mm-hmm. So tell us the inspiration behind the fit, bro.
Hey, the city, gotta support the city, man.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
born and raised, love it. So when it came out and it was available, I was like, I gotta get it. I'm gonna get every little piece I can. So,
That's dope.
and I got a couple backups of the shoes just
For
in
real?
case. So I wasn't sure if they were gonna be limited. So
They were.
it came available a little bit after.
So do you know the history behind the shoes? Like,
Not too much of the history. I mean, I know they was from 218, you know, which is the second rubber. 218, you know, and all that.
so if you look at the bottom of the shoe, it goes from dark to light, like right here. I don't know if you feel like hitting your foot up. So right here, it goes from dark to light. This is supposed to represent. Ooh,
Sorry, you don't mind.
You good? So it's supposed to represent the dirty water in Flint turning clean. That's what the red and blue is. That's on this too. Then, you know, on the side of it, right there with the stripes, that's the 218 logo for the hats. I think, man, he worked out one with the original logo on there. So that's what it is.
What's up? I knew there was a little more to it.
Yeah.
I just assumed
I
more
didn't
was
know.
geared towards Pistons, but I like that it has a little bit more, you know, to the state and the city.
And that's why it had the map inside the wrapping paper as well too. That's what made it unique too.
Yes, sir.
So you got them the day that they dropped.
Yeah, I bought them online.
Oh, you bought them
I was
online?
able to get them online,
that's
yeah.
dope.
And then, you know, as they came on around the holidays, they had some more. I was able to get a couple.
Yeah, we stood in line probably like an hour or two. I got like 6 pair of them.
Yeah.
Yo, it's career the one and only. Can't nobody clone me. Respect my disrespect. I'm here with Kojo the artist and Zoe the drummer. So I'm gonna do a quick little interview. Introduce yourself real quick, brother.
Yo, my name is Kojo the artist. I do graphic design. I'm an artist, and I do drumming, African drumming dance. I'm a DJ.
Let's go.
I make beats, anime cartoons.
What else? Let's talk about yourself. What's the inspiration behind the art?
Inspiration. So yeah, we're from Detroit. So we went to Los Angeles, and then I met somebody, and then they inspired me to do art because you know they was doing art too. So I decided like, oh, this is cool, because I was already doing art, but I found my art style, and then I started doing art. We started making shirts, selling them, and yeah.
What's the style of art that you do?
Style of art.
Yeah, like is it abstract? Is it contemporary? Is it anime?
It's like a cartoon. It's
This
cartoon.
is Jay Dilla.
Oh, that's dope. That's
It's
hard.
basically a cartoon.
That's hard.
He did that one at 12 when he was 12 years old.
Oh wow. So you got some history behind the painting. So what inspired the characters? Who are the characters?
Characters. So when I'm like talking to people and like see something that like I like about their face, like their nose or something, or like their lips, I like draw it and then put it all together. I got a character.
Oh, so that's how you base the characters. So do the characters have names? Each of the characters?
No.
Oh, some of them like that one. Bro Africa is her name. And then this is us. This is me. This is him. This is her. And this is our brothers and sisters. And this is the other
That's
brothers.
our
They're not
whole
here.
drum crew.
They're not here.
All right, so tell me a little more about the drum crews, though.
Alright, so we do African drum dance. We go travel around the road. And we were supposed to be doing performance here. We got a couple more shows after this one. And yeah.
What else? Tell me what else. Who one of your favorite drummers?
Huh?
Who one of your
Out
favorite
of the
drummers?
group?
Or just music?
Music? I mean,
All right. Who one of your
I like
favorite producers? Let's make it a little easier.
producers.
Yeah. Like just doing. Who your favorite producer?
I like Metro Boomin.
Like Metro Boomin.
I like Tyler the Creator.
Oh, yeah, Tyler's dope.
Oh.
I like Metro and Tyler.
You
Let me
see
see the shirt one more time.
And then
And then he have more shirts right here. And this is his like first one.
that's the first one he ever did. His name is Fudge. He did that
That's the
at
first one
12.
I ever did.
His name is Fudge.
So what you selling? How much are the shirts?
So the shirts,
35.
30 is price for the big shirts, and then for the kids is for the kids is 25.
All right.
And we got Babyface Ray.
Well, I mean,
Oh, that's
these
it.
shirts are $50. We did 35.
Let me see that baby face
Oh
right.
yeah.
Let me see that baby face right.
I forgot they was $50. The shirts are 50, but if you don't got 50, we do 35.
We work
For
with you.
sure.
No, don't
Oh,
say that.
work
Don't
with
say
you.
that. We're gonna
Work
cut
with
that out.
We got
We're gonna cut that out. You gotta keep y'all base price.
Top
Whatever
quality
y'all,
are top quality prints.
whatever
top
y'all,
quality.
whatever y'all base y'all price at, always keep it at that.
Oh yeah, we have J. Jill on the shirt too.
So I definitely want to get one of these shirts. I'll
Okay.
talk to you about that. I'm gonna get finished with this. You want to shout out your Instagram or anything?
Oh yeah, my Instagram, KOJO the artist, Kojo the artist.
All right. You want to shout out yours?
And we share Instagram, but go on YouTube and subscribe to KZ2,
No, it's Watoto
KZTONS, KZ2.
WATOTO.
And watch
Village.
the
That's the
village.
name of the group. You can hold up this. That's
Yeah, watch the village on YouTube and Instagram.
and then hold up
Alright.
the flyer to Kojo the artist.
So with the Watu, how do you pronounce it?
Watoto Village.
Watoto.
Watoto means children and Kisawahili.
Ah, that's what I was just about to
And
ask.
then this has all the information on it. So like there's a barcode you can
Yeah, he's a DJ. We do voiceovers. We do digital art and animations. Like African drum. We do beat making. All of that. Radio hosting, interviews, everything.
Dope.
Oh yeah, we haven't been on 3.
So we're gonna come back and book you this time. Get some little bread in your pocket, man. Appreciate y'all. For sure. Nice to meet you, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Add me on Instagram real quick.
Celebrate our 100th anniversary. So we brought these out to remind everyone that the museum's been around for quite some time and be proud of our history.
That's right. Now, what's the name of the store?
This is just the Detroit Historical Society gift shop.
I've been in Kansas
But we're open for as long as whenever the museum's open, we're open as well.
He got this beautiful Detroit versus everybody shirt, and one of the he was telling me how these are the Detroit colors that represents our city.
Well, no, it's the colors of the museum.
My bad. Strike that. The colors of the museum.
Yeah, so if you look at the button that we just gave you.
I
it's
see
the
it.
same colors.
I see it. The same colors of the buttons.
Over here is the colors of the city. So you got, this is it's an impression of a manhole cover, but it's the rendition of the city of Detroit flag, French influence, English influence, and then the desire to be a part of the Union because the stars and the stripes. And then these women, you see how one of the women has a hand on the other one.
Right.
She's trying to comfort her because it was the Great Fire in 1805.
Okay.
And so, the whole city of Detroit totally burnt to the ground. And then the translation under here, it's in Latin, but it says, "Out of the ashes, Detroit, we will rise." And so it's a, inspiring.
Yes, it is.
It is, man.
He even gave me some things that I feel appreciative to be able to know. And these different flags represent different countries. Am I right?
Yeah. So, in the beginning, there's a French occupation,
Right.
a lot of French influence, like in the 1920s, like any old building you go into, it's like an ideal representation of, you know, the French architecture, and then also 20s indulgence. You know how great the 20s was the party that never ended until it ended, right? And then English influence, but that didn't last long until, you know, we came along. But before,
And it's the American influence.
right here, yeah. And so before the American occupation happened, which we're under today, you had the English occupation. But after there was a lot of debate on whether we should be a free state or slave state, and so that was the desire to be a part of the Union, which is why before even Michigan was a state, that was the part of the design, because it was like, we're in the North, we have you know, more common and, you know, more common values, so that's why this is here, to symbolize the desire to be a part of the Union.
Well, that's good that you brought out the fact that the fight was really to be a free state or a slave state, and where they had to, in order to win, they had to bring their slaves into their union and their slaves into their military. So it's good that, you know, you're bringing that history out, dealing with Michigan and Detroit, and how that was all over, how the slaves played a major part in freedom and liberation, even for white people.
And there's, you know, the forgotten history. I mean, it's not forgotten, but, you know, there were a lot of, you know, allies, so to speak, on the Underground Railroad. You know, a lot of my family was a part of that as well.
And Detroit, Canada, the Underground Railroad coming through Detroit, down on Linwood in Philadelphia. That's like New Bethel Baptist Church. That was one of the holding places.
Like where am I
The Underground Railroad. There's a few places through that area where it was like holding places. So it's rich in history, and it's really a wonderful thing to hear you talk about this.
Well, I mean, you know, a lot of people look at this and they don't think it's a very pretty flag. But I mean, I don't think there's any other flag in the U.S. that has like so much history in it.
Man.
You know, because it's like 5 flags in one, you know?
Man, but that's the way this country is. Even when you look at Six Flags,
This is the number.
them flags doesn't represent states, they represent countries.
So
Because it was different countries that owned this country. And some of the old flags is still in existence, so you can see how different countries had part of this land.
oh, it's a.
And this is one of them.
Well, I love this shirt, but it's missing the fire history in it. So it's missing the 5th flag.
But I like to think about the women, though.
Yeah.
So I like that about that's the
You know,
feminism about it. I love
But
that.
if I mean, you can't really see it that well, but over here you can see she's got her hand on her shoulder. She's trying to comfort her. Well, I guess it's on the actual flag over there. That's like the original design over there. But
So that's the ashes coming through.
yes,
I mean,
out of the ashes we will rise.
and
and
that's
so-
that's the feminine principle.
Yeah.
They based it in the feminine principle. That's love.